Alright, what's up guys? Coming at you today with a little bit of a review. Today we are going to talk about this Ontario Knives Carter Prime titanium flipper. I kind of mentioned this in a previous video, my EDC video. If you haven't watched that, go back and watch that. So yeah, I kind of mentioned this in that video. This is, well, first off, it's a knife. You can see it's a knife. Definitely a knife. This comes from the Ontario Knife Company, guys, and this is a full titanium frame lock flipper knife. And this thing, well, there's a lot to talk about with this. Actually, I have a list of pros and a list of cons. We're gonna get right into them. First off, with the pros, okay? This is, well, titanium. First off, you got big old thick slabs of titanium. You've got full titanium backspacer, titanium pocket clip. I'm fairly certain even the female screw of this pivot is titanium. Possibly even these body screws might be titanium. At least they're non-magnetic. So I'm not really sure. You've got all that titanium. You've got a D2 steel blade, which is nicely done. They've done a great job. I'm not a huge acid stonewash kind of guy, but it does lend to some functionality with this, as it is D2 and it can rust. It is prone to rusting. That is going to kind of help prevent some of that rust from occurring. Kind of a forced patina with that acid stonewash. But anyway, so you got full titanium, D2 steel blade, frame lock. It's on ball bearings, guys, IKBS ball bearings. Now, they don't have any licensing marks on here anywhere for IKBS, but it is indeed that style of bearing where you've got just loose ball bearings and a small race that is cut into the blade. So keep that in mind if you ever decide to take this apart, because it does have those little ball bearings and you will lose them if you're not careful. So, but anyway, whoop, and let's drop knives. Let's drop knives here now, guys. So anyway, the pros, I mean, there's a lot of pros there. There's a lot of good things about this knife. I mean, full titanium knife, D2 steel blade, ball bearing flipper. You just can't ask for a lot more, especially when you consider the price on this. And guys, the price on this, I believe I got it at Blade HQ. I mean, you can probably find it other places. That's just where I happen to get it. And I believe I paid $82 for this. It's hard to remember exactly because I've had it, I don't know, around a month, maybe a little over a month, and I've been carrying it and using it. Excellent, excellent knife though, guys. It really is. There's so much good about this knife. Now on to the cons though, because there are definitely some cons and they need to be addressed. First off, one of the pros I mentioned was the full titanium construction. Well, that's great. It is. However, this titanium is so thick. It really adds a lot of unnecessary weight, I believe, to this knife. It's great that they could bring it to that price point, $82 for all of this material, but it's just so heavy. I want to say, and don't quote me on this, I think what they had listed for it was 5.1 ounces. That's beefy. You know it's in your pocket. You definitely know that it's in your pocket. It's thick, it's heavy. I mean, you got about a 4mm thick blade, I believe. And now I will say they did a great job bringing that 4mm down to a very thin dimension behind the edge. And again, I did not measure them, but I mean, it feels like it's probably, I don't know, 25 thousandths maybe behind the edge. Maybe even a little bit thinner. They definitely did a great job on that grind. No doubt about it. Anyway, I was on the list of cons. Sorry, I guess I should have added that to the list of pros to begin with. The cons, it's so heavy. The ergonomics of it aren't exactly great. They're not terrible, mind you. This is a slight kind of subjective kind, because everyone's going to have a different opinion about that. Some people like a knife a certain way, some people like it another. It's whatever. It's up to you. And but it's to me, the ergonomics aren't great. Now, I'm not hard using this thing. I'm not out batoning with it. You know, I've got fixed blades I use for things that are really heavy duty. But it's still not the most comfortable knife. There's a lot of sharp, unfinished edges, and you know that's where they cut costs. That's where they save money and are able to bring this to you at a very affordable price for what you're getting. So it's kind of a subjective kind of con, but I would say the ergonomics aren't great. Another con would be this pocket clip. Guys, I hate pocket clips like this. I know a lot of guys are really into the milled pocket clips. I hate it. I hate them. I would much prefer something like this with a spring clip. You have so much area under here to fit that into your pocket. This thing is a nightmare for me to put into my pocket. You don't have enough lip right here to really get the material of my my pants, my pocket, into this lip. I have to kind of like lift up on this and then slide the knife into my pocket, and that's just not okay. I don't want that one little thing, although it is a little con, can really ruin a knife for me. It makes it to where I don't want to carry it. If it's not easily carried, I don't ever want to carry it. And that's the problem I find with this, because there's so many other good things about this knife that I do want to carry it, but that kills me. I mean, the weight, sure, it's there. I mean, it's a thing. The weight is a thing. That's all I can say. The weight is a thing, but I can get used to it. I can get used to the weight. I can get over it. I don't prefer to carry a heavy knife, but I can. But that pocket clip, though, it's just, I hate it. I hate it. I actually have not thought about it until now. I might try to put something like this on here. I wonder if that would fit. What do you guys think? Maybe it would. If I could get a pocket clip like this, a ZT pocket clip, to fit on this knife, I totally would do that. But anyway, overall, guys, it's a great knife. There's nothing, I can't say not to go out and buy this. Look, if you are interested in a titanium frame lock flipper and you don't currently own any, and you're willing to put up with the cons that I've mentioned, you know, the weight, that pocket clip, maybe you're one of those guys that loves a milled pocket clip, and God knows there's plenty of them out there, plenty of people that feel that way. Maybe you're one of those guys. Cool. Maybe you don't particularly care if these edges aren't really chamfered and they're a little blocky and sharp and whatever. Maybe that doesn't bother you. And if it doesn't, cool, man. I'll tell you what, $82, it's a steal. Go get it. Go and get it. But if you're like me and you prefer a little more comfort, a little less weight, a little better pocket clip, which I mean, that's this knife does it for me right here. This Zero Tolerance 0450, and I didn't want to bring it up in this review and ruin this knife's spotlight time. But honestly, if you got a little extra money laying around, this is $160 as opposed to the $82 I paid for that. But if you've got the extra disposable income, I say go with the Zero Tolerance all day long. It addresses every single con that I had with this knife. Heck, and all the pros for that matter. You got a full titanium flipper, whatever, great steel on the blade, all that stuff. So yeah, if you're looking for one in the $80 to $90 mark price point, absolutely go get you the Carter Prime. Alright guys, I hope this has been somewhat helpful. Hopefully this helps you with any decision making on getting the Carter Prime. I will do some more videos, probably taking this thing apart. I might do that just to show you what the IKBS and all that looks like. I don't know. Put down in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. And I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.